Sorry. Hey Jan, hey Willow. I just realised I have my mic muted, so sorry about that. How's it going? Not a bad day, Willow. Oh, that's a not good day, I guess. Just a few more links and I'll be right with you all. I'm trying out a new lipstick today, so hopefully that's going to solve my blue lipstick issues. Which I just realised I haven't really mentioned, but it's actually kind of a nuisance to get a decent blue lip. Yep, it's always nice to try new lipsticks, even if it's just for a character costume. I mean, don't get me wrong, I might try wearing blue lipstick just day to day at some point. Then again, even odds I might try just casually wearing sharp teeth casually day to day if I can get them good enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still wearing a mask, so I guess it would be really funny if someone bothered me to take a mask off and I was wearing it underneath, you know? And yes, you're right, sharp teeth are such a look. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. How's everyone doing? Camera's up here. I really need to get sort of a second monitor that's sort of level with my camera. Oh, anyways, cosplay news. I tried some dental putty. Just create some more casts of my teeth, but it didn't go so well, and I think it might just be because I didn't quite get the set right. Let's try that again at some point. And not intentional for once. Without further ado, let's get this game running. Lipstick's a thumbs up from you, Willow. Excellent. Yeah, looking at the webcam feed, it looks okay. It is a bit... It's not quite as clean around the edges as I'd like, but hey, what lipstick is. Let me know how the audio sounds. I've got my usual lipstick protecty goop stuff over, so we'll see how long that lasts. What I also did was I sort of went inside of a darker lipstick just to create a bit of depth. I think I might, next time I might outright try it with black lipstick. So yeah, quick recap. There was apparently a curse centered around a hill near my barony. This is really loud. Yep, there was a curse centered around my barony, apparently at a nearby hill. Turns out it was spiders, but the curse might not actually be spiders. But it's like 6 in-game months before that comes up again, so I can just do some side quests. Oh yeah. So when I finished on Monday, I was about to speak to Kalike, aka Kanara, aka her sister. So I just start reading this from the beginning. But long story short, she's in my party now. She has a thing where her sister and, well, she's actually 2 sisters who swap places. Now they can do it at will. Before it was random, and they have a sort of a thing for their curse, you'd call it. They can't tell anyone, but they told me anyway. And apparently nothing bad happened, so I don't know how that works. But yeah. Like. The tiefling girl greets you warmly, but seems a little distracted. I'm glad to see you're at my hearth. Oh yeah, and the not very nice sisters in the relationship right now. She bites her lip and adds in a whisper, "Have you seen the sweet teeth? I can't get them out of the house. I'm scared they'll suspect something and reveal our secret. Kinira's and mine. I wish I could keep them busy somewhere out of town, but anywhere welcome." Okay, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your past. Ask me anything. We owe you that much, and being open with you is the least I can do to repay you. Tell me the story of you and your sister from the beginning. My sister and I were born in Kadira, the country of radiant serene ray, where we tieflings are not welcome. But for my sister, this was more of a challenge than a barrier. We wanted respect, power, and wealth. Things we were unlikely to get. being who we are, but she found a way. People of Qadira revere the blood of the skies with the same fanaticism which they distrust the blood of hell. Azimars, especially Emberkim, are welcome guests in any house. Pretend to be one of them, and all the doors are open to you. I didn't want to participate in the masquerade. My sister insisted. Played upon our resistance to fire, and her gift of controlling the force of nature. Both are often taken as signs of Serene Ray's goodwill. But it was not enough to entirely hide her essence past as Emberkim, and Kanara asked for help. She asked a master of deception and illusion. DK frowns. He obviously wishes to get through this part of the story as quickly as possible. We left our native desert, crossed half of the country to avoid accidentally crossing anyone from our tribe, and set off for a new life in a new skin. Okay, so I guess they just used illusion magic to pretend to be an Azimar. Hey Tal Kitty. Yep, more Pathfinder, more tiefling looks, and more tieflings. Wait, is it this way? Yep, this way is pointing at the screen. Trouble, DK says quietly. My sister and I took different paths. Canero is able to earn the trust of a powerful patron, one of Serene Ray's fanatics, a member of the cult of the Dawnflower. His mercenaries hunted down secret cults and monsters day and night. Meanwhile, I found a group of castaways who reminded me of my sister and I as children, tieflings and genie spawn. We gathered in secret to share our sorrows and dream of finding our place in the sun. Time passed, and these gatherings became more bitter. We yearned to prove that monster blood does not make us monsters. We spoke of how we should unite and enter the great games of Qadiran aristocracy, supporting those who are ready to be accept us as equals and bringing down their opponents. We planned to use me as cover, a beautiful Emberkin who would be the voice of the castaways. Girl lures ahead. One evening, my sister came to me, careless grace. She told me there was to be a raid on our secret meetings that very night. I had to stay home and not even think of warning the others. It wasn't hard to guess how she found out. The raid was to be led by followers of the cult of the Dawnflower, fanatics who fancied themselves cleansing flames, saving the world from evil. Nearest patron first among them. How awkward. Oh, yep. Shout out. At that moment, I realised my sister loved me so much that she was ready to set aside her aspirations and warn me of the danger. But I also realised something else. Kinera was ready to sacrifice any number of innocent lives to get what she wanted. I ran away, after yelling in her face that she was a monster. I left her to warn my friends. It's the last time I saw my sister alive. Oh, no problem, Tau Kitty. Yeah, so the other detail is basically the reason they keep switching places is because of the lawful evil. I think her alignment's lawful evil. Sister got killed, and the whole deal was they could swap places. I tried to save my friends from the raid, came face to face with wizards from the cult of the Dawnflower. They were able to dispel the illusion that protected me and found out I was a tiefling. My secret was revealed, along with my sister's. What a shock it must have been for her patron to find out that a clever tiefling was serving at his side, disguised as a righteous Azimar. There is no worse deed in Qadira than disgracing your patron. Kanira knew this as well and tried to flee, terrified of his wrath. But she couldn't get away. Trouble came to her from a place she didn't expect. Ask her about the details if you want. I lack strength to talk about it. The truth is, I betrayed our secret, and my sister died because of it. I was able to bring her back to life, but bitterness has scorched my heart, and will be part of me until my death. Okay, so we got neutral good. I sympathise with both of you. Chaotic good. Don't blame yourself. How could you sit at home knowing your friends would be captured and dragged to a torture chamber? Lawful neutral. How could you put the life and safety of your sister at risk for a bunch of troublemakers of all things? Not choosing that. Neutral. You and your sister seem to have done everything you could to destroy each other's lives. All this could have been avoided if only you were able to agree. And lawful evil. It's hard to imagine a more foolish act. It's a sad outcome, but quite predictable. Hey Kibi, been a while. They keep switching places because that one robot from Futurama is telling them to. Oh yeah, that would be the Mad Hatter robot from the episode Insane in the Mainframe. Change places. To be fair though, now they can actually change places whenever they want to. It's actually a game mechanic because one of them has fire magic and the other has water magic. Yeah, I'm gonna go chaotic good here. I'm playing a chaotic neutral character, but I don't know the answer, Brioche. But I do see that my good heart led my sister, fuel of my heart, to her death. I still cannot tell whether I was right or not, or how I would act if faced with a similar choice. I wish Kanara and I were more alike. We nearly destroyed each other after failing to accept each other's wishes and the paths we chose. Sometimes I feel that the life we now live is the best we could hope for. We can never meet, we can never share each other's sorrows, but at least I don't have to be upset about her cruelty towards others, and she about my softness and recklessness. Kibi, I know your sleep schedule, wildly unreliable. I mean, to be fair, mine would be as well if I didn't have a day job. How'd you end up living in turns? After my sister almost got my friends killed, and I in my turn brought the wrath of her former patron down upon her, Kinira died as she fled from him. In terror, I could only pray to the higher powers and the Arcanophene. Nethys' herald answered this prayer. Yeah, having your character pray to a deity is an underrated mechanic in D&D. And Pathfinder, apparently. I couldn't believe it. When she answered my prayer, she promised to bring Kinira back to life on 2 conditions. We'd never be able to meet again, and we must keep secret everything that happened. By Nethys' power, my sister and I received our special connection. We cannot be in the same time and reality simultaneously. While one of us is in the material plane, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one specifically created for us. The divine creature made us agree to these mysterious conditions, and what's even more mysterious, we weren't punished when you discovered our secret. I think I can hear a storm murmuring on the horizon. We might yet have to pay for our faults, but come what may, at least I did everything I could to tear my sister from the arms of death. And you're quite welcome, Kibi. Hey Nihilus. Paying any attention to characters' backstories is very underrated in D&D. True. To be honest, my favourite part of any tabletop RPG is basically just sort of seeing the rest of the party's backstories unwind. Like, and because obviously you don't know how much detail anyone's put into it. Sometimes you'll just discover the one character has a really elaborate backstory, and the player's just been a bit too shy to share it until a certain point. So That's great. Phoebe, you think my streams are a good test to know if your sleep schedule is normal or not normal? You appear when it's normal, and when it isn't normal, you wake after I'm done. Well, that's fair enough. How'd you end up in Jamondi's mansion? Oh, I cannot answer that question in much detail. The Kisi you met at the reception in Restov was Kinera. At the time, I'd been sleeping in our demi-plane for over a month. I didn't even know my sister wanted to join the expedition that Lady Jamondi was sending. And then I was thrown out into reality. In the middle of a burning mansion with assassins dashing about, and the Sword Lord fighting monsters in the Grand Hall. Kinera and I used to keep a diary, which by the way I found and read. Tell each other in detail what happened during the day, but I didn't exactly have time to read it, and I'd actually had time to write anything during the attack. I ran into the hall and tried to help Jamondi, and then you and your companions appeared. We held back the attack, and you and Tarkusio began accusing each other of spying. Meanwhile, I still couldn't understand what was happening, or where I was. I had to pretend to distrust both sides of your argument, or I might have given up myself away too easily, and I had to protect our secret. It was one of the conditions of our agreement with Nethys. You had me racking my brains. A girl shows up acting like she wants to be my friend, and the next moment turns her nose up like she's seeing me for the first time. Or, it was clear from the very beginning that something was up with Kisai. Kibi, how many of these nuts jokes do you think Lady Jamonti has heard? Your guess is too many. My guess is that they probably stopped after the first person to make them lost their head. With laughter. And also decapitation. So yep. I'm gonna go with number one, but to be fair, that is actually the reaction I usually expect from people. Vicky smiles faintly. Then you can begin to imagine what it's like for us. People approach me all the time and start talking like they're my friends, and I just stand there, trying to remember lines from the diary. Is it the gnome with the blue hair, a new admirer who's twice given me flowers, or the gnome banker who wishes investments in the tours of Lavina's mines? I found out what I wanted, thank you. Let's talk about how you are now. Leaky smiles faintly, but her eyes remain sad. Ask what you will. You worship Nethys. Tell me about him. Nethys is the god of magic. There are no limits to his power. Leaky speaks with voice. He was born human, but achieved such unparalleled mastery of magic that he gained divine power. He is the embodiment of paradoxes, contradictions, and making the impossible come true. I called him at the moment of my greatest need, and he, for his herald, helped me when all but kind and merciful gods fell silent. But I'm no naive worshipper. The gods, especially him, are powerful and unpredictable. Besides, entirely interested in my gratitude. I do honour those who help me. Yeah, exactly, Tal Kitty. I have trouble remembering people even without having a sister to swap place with. Oh yeah, fun Pathfinder bit of lore. Another human who was sent to godhood is the god of taverns, adventuring, and revelry. And he basically became a god because there's basically a test of godhood that if anyone can try it, but if you fail it, you die. But obviously, if you pass it, you become a god. And he basically got blackout drunk and just woke up as a god and didn't know how he did it. This also means there's his temples are literal taverns for adventurers to meet in. Who is your saviour? The Arcanophane. And this is his herald and his creation. He's a living whirlwind of magical energy, an amazing and powerful creature. He often takes interest in the business of and manifests Nethys' will. In our case, I think she's done both. The Arcana wanted to intervene and help, but she also told us Nethys was aware of what happened. So it's strange to think that a deity turned his eyes on you, only for a moment. I mean, that's literally just being a player character. Oh, hey DJ, how's it going? Oh, thanks for giving DJ the shout out, Nerlus. Oh, still streaming Elden Ring 8. Tell me about your sister. A smile, sincere but sad, appears on Kalike's face. My sister and I, we are twins, but we're as different as night and day. She was named Kanara, which means silent flame in our tribe's language, and I am named Kalike, silent storm. Kanara was born a few minutes before me. I suppose she just elbowed me out of the way in our mother's womb. Become the firstborn. Being the first, that's what she always craved. I never felt offended by it though. Whenever the storm clouds gathered above our heads, heralding danger and trouble, my sister walked forward one step ahead, partly holding my hand. How does living in terms of your sister work? DJ, you're taking a month break and it was the last game you played. Oh, fair enough then. While one of us is in the material plane, the other sleeps in a demi-plane created specially for us. There we sleep upon elemental energy. When one of us enters the material plane, the other disappears. Until recently, we couldn't even control the moment we switched. It seemed to happen randomly, usually while we slept, but sometimes in broad daylight. Now, thanks to you, we have a little more control over what's happening. It's been a great relief. How do you live with these switches? It's not easy, and then this made us agree to keep our story secret. In everyone else's eyes, we must remain one creature. Isai, a whimsical outlander with strange abilities. We keep a diary describing our everyday life in detail, telling each other about all our new acquaintances, to help us protect our secret. If someone ever happens to see us switch, we say it's a special skill that allows us to travel through the elemental plane to replenish our powers. We're lucky to live in a world full of miracles. It's not hard to convince people of such magic. You like it in the Stolen Lands? Hey Iris. How's it going? Wait, did that shout out work? Oh, it did. Okay, fair enough. How's it going? Yes, I may long for my native country, but this riverland brings peace to my soul. Yep, she's got water elemental abilities, so she probably does like water. I enjoy watching the clumsy ducklings struggling to go down the lake, and the dragonflies flying over water, as it flashes with glints in sunlight. I'm glad to have seen all this, though the road that brought me here was the road of sorrow. Yeah, let's be kind of flirty. Leaky casts a quick glance at you, and then sighs faintly. I'm not sure I read your words correctly, but I will ask you not to repeat them. My life hangs by a thread, held by a devious devil and a powerful deity. I do not belong to myself, and I do not wish to become attached to anyone. I found a piece of paper with your poems. Sweet Lindsay writes for your poems. Mine are no more than an attempt to talk to myself, and sometimes to the sister that I can no longer see or hear. Oh, I think your poems are beautiful. Do you mind if I read them from time to time? The girl is a little embarrassed. As you wish. I do not like to hide things from those who are close to me. I have done this too often. Okay, I wonder if this is a tiefling-only bit of dialogue here. I want to talk to you about what it means to be a tiefling. I think we all have different experiences. What do you like to discuss? Okay. I guess this dialogue doesn't reflect the fact I'm literally playing a tiefling. How do tieflings come into this world? Well, what happens when mortals mix their blood with evil outsiders, mostly demons, daemons, or as with me and my sister, devils. Yeah. This sort of differs with D&D lore, where it's usually just specifically devils. This heritage, and it can also be brokered by like being in a bad deal or just living a bit too close to a portal to hell. Like, this heritage can manifest through many generations and can be a cruel blow for the parents of a tiefling. Like frowns. As you probably know, there's hardly a corner in Galarian where the birth of someone like me is considered a welcome gift. Anything that evil literally runs in tiefling blood, owing to the heritage of their ancestors. Those who think so are both right and wrong. Your fate is not written by your blood alone. Surrendering to the temptation of evil is a choice every tiefling must make for themselves. So yeah, first edition Pathfinder sort of ironically went a bit backwards from sort of Planescape lore, and did actually sort of assume that having a devil ancestor did actually sort of tempt a tiefling to be a bit kind of evil. Obviously, yeah, Pathfinder 2nd edition and 5th edition just well, threw out the dumpster. Why? Hey Keith. Yep. Evil. Arius. In D&D lore it's mostly devils. Well, actually one devil, because wizards want to standardise the look for minifigs. Yeah, that's true, but only in 4th edition. 5th edition branched out a bit. Hence why there's different tiefling bloodlines. Plus there's, you can, theoretically there's nothing stopping you having a first generation tiefling. You started off as like a human or what have you, and then took the deal. Exactly, Keith. In 4th edition, they're descendants of an empire that sold their souls to Asmo for power, and had their empire overthrown. As, you know... See, what they should have done is realise they were an empire in fantasy, and tried to stop being so evil that they got overthrown. It was just begging for a party of brave heroes to show up. Tell me about Qadira. It's a beautiful land, but quite unlike the stolen lands. My sister and I grew up in a place dominated by the desert. I've often heard from travellers that such landscapes depress them. There's nowhere I feel more at home. Sand drifts under the sun, life hiding where you'd never expect it, the lush green of suddenly revealed oasis. Their austere lands be breathtaking. Cities of Qadira are an endless whirlwind of turmoil and bright colours. Some say the heart and essence of every Qadiran city is its temple to Serene, ever since our country was blessed by the radiant goddess. But I put it differently. The heart of every city is a noisy market, with its tents in every colours. Imagine. Most of the city's life happens at the market. People go there not only to trade, but also to have fun, negotiate, and spin their aim tree. Take away the market, and what's left of Qadira? Keith, watching someone sell to America? I really need to keep looking at chat more often. No less, that would explain my Maud's tone for 5th edition said the PHP version was specific to Asmodeus. Exactly. No less, did tieflings have more variety in devilish tales before them when they weren't assumed to have horns and tails? Yep. Actually, they first appeared in the Planescape setting for D&D in, I think it was 2nd edition. I think the Planescape might have been fleshed out more in 3.5. No, it must have been 2nd edition because that's what Planescape Torment was based off. And back then, there was basically they looked like humans, but they had random traits. Like there was literally tables you could roll off. Keith, someone tell America they're an empire in a fantasy RPG. I mean, but Keith, if they're the empire, why don't they have British accents? No less, you think the player's handbook for 5th edition mentions not all of them have horns and tails, but by now it's still assumed. Yeah, like even. But then again, the player's handbook also says they only come in red or normal human skin tones, and who gives a damn about that? Iris, in Forgotten Realms, Asmodeus made deals with all the other demons, hags, and devils to make all tieflings his descendants instead. An egomaniac. Oh yeah. So for those who missed it, we did actually sort of first meet her sister and start romancing her in the marketplace, where she was actually having a lot of fun negotiating deals. So this actually tracks. It's strange what happened with the Disc of the Eclipse. Kalike nods. Ancient forces can be mysterious. I thought we'd need to spend a lot of time studying the properties of the disc before we learned how to use it, but it just worked as soon as we touched it. If I understand its action correctly, it attuned itself to the connection between the material plane and our demi-plane. Now we can move between them at will, and the rest is handled by a strange inner connection. I step into the demi-plane, and Nethys' power transports nearer from there to the material plane. Why did you decide to remain in my lands? After you found and activated the relic, you could have left. Okay, guess I can speak to her sister as well. I like living here. The first time since playing Kadira, I feel there's a place in the world I can call home. Besides, DK frowns. I probably should have brought this up myself. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm very, very worried about the forefather, the devil my sister made a contract with long ago in Kadira. Kadira thinks he's no longer a threat to us, since her death annuls the contract. But I don't believe such a creature can ever leave us in peace. I'd like there to be someone beside me who I can rely on in case he shows up again. Heck yeah, I'm fighting a devil. If things get bad, we'll have to flee again, or we'll put you and your people at great risk. But I believe it's here that we will find the strength to face Hell's claims on us. Okay, and there's the very nerve-wracking banishment option. Now let's see what her sister has to say. I'd like to speak to your sister. As you wish. Now thanks to you, we can at least switch whenever we want to. Kalike closes her eyes and focuses, falling to the other plane. Iris, does this game let you be Polly? I don't know, to be honest. I think you can only romance one person. Feel free to Google it and let me know. See in a bit, no less. Keith, 4th edition, says the tieflings come from the city of Val Turaf. Went on a war against the dragonborn city of Arcosia. Both cities fell. But you approved the idea of both the charisma buffing races in that edition, having their first mainline introduction in that edition, and both having cities of jerks who fought each other. Not gonna lie, I actually kind of like the idea that the tieflings just have bonus to charisma because they have to be good at convincing people not to be mad at them. Oh yeah, I know this is sort of a rare take, but tieflings as a race of metaphor is not great. Well, actually, quite a lot of people agree with that. Tiefling as a queer metaphor, I can definitely get behind. I think they actually work very the best as a neurodivergence metaphor. If only because there's the whole thing about people getting a bad vibe from them unfairly. Oh, hey Nick. Okay, so I'm just going to give Nick a shout out. And as a change of pace, so tomorrow and Friday are both going to be some D&D streams, and it's actually going to be on his Twitch channel, so feel free to give that a follow if you want to catch me playing D&D. Oh, tomorrow's on YouTube, Friday's on Twitch. My bad. In that case, give his YouTube a follow as well. Also, yeah, he's started streaming again after a long hiatus because his internet connection was being done, so feel free to give him a follow in general. Actually, speaking of, didn't you mention something about doing a world building stream? Oh yeah, so we're speaking to Kadira, the lawful evil sister in this pair of tieflings who switch places. The tiefling girl looks at you from under her lashes, curling a strand of hair around her finger. Of course you recognise me, but I'm Kanara. I want to ask you a few questions about your past. That's reasonable. Who will want to know about their subjects and companions? Tell me the story of how you and your sister from the beginning. The beginning of the story is quite unexciting. Sister and I were born in Kadiria, a place most unsuitable for tieflings. People there honour the radiant serene ray, think of themselves as guardians of the good. Of course, none threw us in a dungeon right away or tried to kill us for no reason. but we could forget about the social state. It's impossible to rise from rags in that country, where they value connections and reputation more than gold. Since birth, they looked on us as evil creatures, vicious and unpredictable. Not that that is entirely false, Mira smiles coyly. But what is truth, generally speaking? I've always known what I was worth, and what loss I deserved. If superstitions stand in the way of achieving a goal, there's no reason to shed a tear. Better to use the same superstitions to your own ends. I must say, in Kandera, they idolise Azimars almost as passionately as they hate tieflings. I thought that with a little effort, I could pass as one, and my mastery of fire could be mistaken as a sign of Serene Ray's goodwill. Of course, a masquerade of that sophistication requires a little outside help, and I found it. I made a contract with a resourceful devil who calls himself the Forefather. He wove an illusion over me and my sister, hiding our tiefling features from everyone. I hope this doesn't shock you. It's not that I wanted to bind myself to powerful and devious creature. What choice did I have? Wash bowls at Caravanserai till the end of my days? That wouldn't just be a waste of the priceless gem I am. I'd be burdened with caring for Clique, that naive walking virtue, who is totally unfit for a hard life. Tell Kitty. And Mary doesn't need no romance. She's a strong, independent bear. True. Although if I had a type of sight in tieflings... Keith is such a forever DM. It's now eternally Monday. Okay, so lawful good, a contract with the devil, that cannot stand. So yeah, Pathfinder's very big on alignment, where lawful good isn't necessarily the best sort of good, because you do stuff like condemn people for making contracts with devils out of desperation. Chaotic good, you try to fix an injustice that came upon you as a curse from the cradle, that can be understood and forgiven. Neutral, no one is inherently good or evil, only our intentions are. Lawful evil, I hope you made the most of the contract, that's what matters. Going neutral here. Wise words. If only there were more in this world who think as you do. Nick, Garfield and Keith, loathing Mondays. Note to self, find a way to give Keith some lasagna. Anyway, it's all in the past now. The contract was annulled by my death. Now I'm free to live as I wish. What was the agreement you made with the devil? I'd have to spend the whole evening telling you the details. Contracts require thoughtfulness and accuracy, especially ones like this. But to put it simply, I was to do as he commanded, and in return he granted me a powerful illusion, which would make my sister and I indistinguishable from Emberkin, descendants of Pyrrhe, which are a type of celestial. Keith, you really dislike lasagna. I'll be honest, so do I. There was a time in my childhood where I was basically getting nothing but microwave lasagna for dinner. Just because my parents really liked specific stores in Branmon. Contract included a number of caveats and limitations. In particular, the task the devil would give me could do me no harm. The contract didn't involve my soul, On the contrary, it bound me until my death, but no longer. What assignments did the devil give you? You'd be amazed. They included fighting evil. The forefather comes from a line of apostate devils, or Mirvigas. They live for one goal only: turn people's souls away from serving any god but Asmodeus. Our Mirviga made a nest for himself in Kadira long ago, finding a special pleasure in enslaving the servants of Serenre. Nothing helps to turn souls away from a faith better than the fanatics of the faith. You have no idea, Brioche. Pathfinder zealous servants of their good, in their struggles against evil, has pushed others into the arms of that very same evil. That's why the forefather sent me to serve the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower. Unlike the old church of Serenre, those cultists celebrate the goddess more for her warrior aspect than her mercy. Oh yep, my favourite trope. Paladins being a bit too lawful good to be good. Nick, will you ever stop laughing at Brioche? Well, Sans point to know. It really is the very best typo. My duties included seeking out secret cults of demon and demon worshippers, and other springs of evil in the sunswept land of Kadira, real or imaginary. Questions, suspicions, public trials, 1 or 2 exemplary executions, and fear sank its claws into the hearts of the weak and doubtful. How can a good goddess allow this? What if I'm next? Those who entertained such doubts would soon hear a knock on their door from a messenger of hell, offering a simple solution: protection and prosperity in return for their souls. That's how I aided the legions of hell, by working under Sunny Banner. Okay, I actually like this backstory. No, unless you've got to try and either run or join a game of some kind, probably not D&D. Exactly, Keith. He said run, now there's blood in the water. What was it like living as disguised as Azimars? We lived for quite a few years under this disguise, gaining a certain status, affluence, and crowds of gullible suitors. In time, I found a patron among the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower. A man of great wealth, with a personal army of mercenaries, roamed the lands of Kadira night and day, seeking out monsters and those who worship them. I quickly became his confidant and joined that army, all as the forefather desired. Perhaps this is why the devil agreed to give us the appearance of Azimars. Everything was going perfectly, but then Kingmaker, that silly child, got herself mixed up with a band of tiefling renegades who were too cowardly and stupid to achieve anything in their lives by their own wits. They organised something like a secret society and gathered in the evenings in their huts. They spoke of opening everyone's eyes and making them treat the outcasts with dignity. Sooner or later they would have done something stupid and gotten themselves caught, and brought my sister down with them. So I helped them a little, and put my patron's people on their track. If only I could have kept Kingmaker from her foolishness. On the night of the raid, for some reason I told her the truth. Okay, she went full gunpowder plot. I thought I could explain to her that her actions were threatening our secrets. I thought she would see reason. But nothing worked out as one planned. She hurried off to warn her friends, and fell into the hands of the cult of the Dawnflower. The disguise was unmasked, and with it, my own as well. No sands and scars, I cannot imagine the rage my noble patron felt. His Azimar confidant turned out to be a treacherous tiefling, and had no interest in learning how far he'd go in his rage, and immediately set out to flee. Keith trying to get someone to run lance of him. I am shocked. Shocked. Alas, as soon as they found out what happened, the remaining members of a cult of demon worshippers who I'd once helped to disperse quickly tracked me down. They summoned a soul eater who cut my life short, and my story was at its end. Tell me about how you were resurrected. You'd better ask Kingmaker about that. When she learned of my death, she pleaded to Nethys, the god of unparalleled powers, and his herald agreed to return me to life. But in the state we're in now, only one of us can be in the material plane at a time. Meanwhile, the other sleeps in a special demi-plane. What happened at Jamandi's mansion? You know the fun part of our story? When Nethys returned me to life, the poor hungry soul eater started following my trail again. He cannot discover me so long as I live disguised as Kasai, but he keeps trying. That's one reason why my sister and I never stay in one place for long. We moved north, living here and there until we reached Restov. Lady Jamandi's offer was simply too tempting. Bring some pathetic bandits to heal and receive a barony in return? Of course, Kasai could never be a baroness. But the adventure itself was an intriguing opportunity. Besides, I was in desperate need of distraction, so I showed up at the reception, made some valuable connections. Kinnear locks eyes with you. I witnessed the attack of the unlucky assassins, but then, unfortunately, missed out on all the fun. The moment I ran through fire at the mansion, I was carried away to the demi-plane, and Kingmaker came forth to deal with the consequences. You know the rest. Nick, you've been looking at a few other systems lately. Stars Without Number seems nice, but made some weird dice decisions. GM tools are cool though. In contrast, you don't recommend checking out Dungeon Crawl Classics at all. Yeah, I kind of bounced off the OSR movement myself anyway. Nick, you're glad you've got Keith into your hobby of futilely attempting to get someone to run lance for them. Yeah, I'll be honest. A mecha TTRPG sounds amazing. Nolus, at the moment, your favourite idea is GT Homebrew JoJo RPG you've been trying to write. Big emphasis on contrivances, i.e. arse pull manoeuvring and some bonus powers. I think the Firefly RPG actually worked that way. You sort of Blaze in the Dark style flashbacks, your abilities to level up. Iris, you can fix everyone's issue by learning to run Lancer for everyone if Nick can run Pathfinder 2E. Yep, I played 2E and I might even be DMing it soon. I'd like to know more about you. Of course, many do. How does it work, lifting your earth in turns? By the power of Nethys, my sister and I cannot meet. As soon as one of us appears in the material plane, the other one is immediately spirited away to our demi-plane. There we sleep until it's time to switch back. The demi-plane, by the way, is full of elemental energy, which is wonderful for restoring our strength. It's a pity this ability came after we'd paid such a heavy price. I would have avoided my painful death, and I long to see my sister again. Singe her hair to show my gratitude for everything. Despite her vitriol, Kinnear sighs, with sorrow and seeming tenderness. The demi-plane nourishes us, and keeps us from all kinds of trouble. But the price? It's hard to live and make plans when at any moment you can be pulled from reality, only to return a few days or even weeks. I'm glad that, thanks to you, we now have at least learned to control the process a little. You like it in the stolen lands? Unless you're trying to simulate JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or a couple of core concepts that might not translate too well to a tabletop RPG. Iris, because Nick's the DM who responds best when you try to do nonsense in games. Hey, I put up with your nonsense. I prefer large and bustling cities to backwaters, but on the other hand, the chance to build up a whole state from nothing, it's so tempting. I don't like chaos though. I've learned that at times I won't be able to play by the rules. So here's my answer. Some effort and right investments, your dominions might be something someday. Tell me about your sister. We were at our 8th summer when Klike, the spring of my solace, got angry at me and chucked a bunch of desert thistles in my hair. I had to cut them out afterwards. That's what you have to suffer if life rewards you with a sibling. And confirm, although of course I only have a younger brother. Though I should say, that very evening I burnt her favourite dress. With great trouble comes great satisfaction. I want to talk to you about what it means to be a tiefling. Admit it, you like my horns, or is it the tail? I do, the horns and the tail, they make you special. And that's it. Nara slowly sways her tail. I've been known to spark curiosity. Okay, I kind of wish this bit of dialogue had sort of a stipulation for if you're playing as a tiefling. Yep, admit it, you like my horns, or is it the tail is very tiefling? Keith, am I pronouncing it the Stolen Lands? Like a bread full of currants? No, I'm saying the Stolen Lands. Or maybe it's just my accent, I don't know. You know what? I should actually lean into it and start turning everything into a pastry pun. Yep. Barony McBaron face in the Stolen Lands. Owned by Baroness Brioche. Yeah, which is kind of weird because they were literally introduced in the DLC that added tieflings to the game. So logically they should have been able to account for it. Well, how was tiefling born? We're born of an ancestor laid with a powerful and evil outsider. Be it a devil, a demon, or some other dark creature, many mortals do this. Believe me, either for power or pleasure. This heritage can be hidden for many generations. It can manifest in many ways. It's difficult to find two similar tieflings. Which outsider do you and your sister descend from? From a devil. I can only even guess which one. Of all the infernal beings worshipped by Sarah, the Whore Queen Mahfala is the most venerated, secretly of course. Servants of her court frequent these lands, and they leave trails. Everything is clear? Thank you. You know, with Grounded, I kind of like to think her ancestors were just as grounded, basically had the same personality type as she does. And that's why she's a tiefling. Keith. Well, I petitioned the Baroness, and she gave me baked goods. I wanted a boon, though. Nolus, this is almost as bad as the Space Orc in Knights of the Old Republic, who has no dialogue with either of the party members whose planet he helped massacre. Well, damn. Tell me about Kadira. Kadira is part of the Padisha Empire of Kalesh, a great thriving state. I don't think me rude, but the northern states are but a pale shadow of my homeland. Only told her that it's hard to compete with us, though it's long since lost its power. My land is wealthy, powerful, and full of opportunities for anyone cunning enough to seize them. It's a pity they're all devoted to Serene Ray, and the whole array of superstitions that go along with it. Look at your golden-haired boy priest, and you'll see exactly what makes living in Kadira so unbearable, despite all its grandeur. Kadira wrinkles her little nose. Don't you think the disc of the eclipse reacted strangely? Maybe. My sister and I have tried to figure out what happened, but we failed. We need a real specialist in this sort of magic. A specialist like I can't even imagine. I can definitely say that the disc hasn't been destroyed. It seems to be a part of my connection with my sister, helping us to move between the material plane and our demi-plane. We'll continue to explore this new ability. We will learn more at some point. Yeah, I've basically spent this entire stream reading through this character's dialogue. It doesn't help that she's literally 2 characters, so... Tell me what made you stay here after we found your relic. A fair question. You see, there's an important detail about how I died and returned to life. I was killed by a repulsive creature called a Soul Eater. After a spellcaster aims at its victim, the wretch will chase it tirelessly and endlessly. When I was returned to life, the Soul Eater lost its prey, but it's still chasing me, and might show up at any time. It would be much easier for me if I could meet it here, surrounded by experienced monster hunters, ready to protect a poor fugitive from danger. Yeah. Thank you, and rest assured I'll serve you loyally. Yes, she has shown such loyalty to everyone. Oh, thanks for the hydrate, DJ. Oh, well, it's that time again. I hope you enjoyed today's TASMR. Not to be confused with a TASMR. That's what these two were pretending to be. Would you like to spend some time together? You do realise sooner or later you and I will just burn this house to the ground in the heat of passion, and then the entire capital? Well then. You like playing with fire, don't you? Wait. What's a glitch? I'm going to primp, and we're going to do it for at least an hour. Don't even think about distracting me. Well, anyway, that's all her dialogue exhausted. So at the end of the last stream, I was given a quest to send them off to do something, just so they are less likely to guess her secret. So let's see if you can complete my task. We're ready for anything, and even more. The gnome marches are overgrown. They need to be weeded. I still can't get used to these swamps everywhere. When I was little, I thought the marshes and seas, glaciers were all just stories made up by travellers. But here you just leave the city walls, and you're up to your knees in a real swamp. It's fantastic. Do you really think Her Grace wants us to tell her about her lands? Nope, I could use all the information I can get. Why not? The swamps here are so juicy, green and blooming. And the mosquitoes whistle day and night. The Padisha himself would envy you. Alright, enough talk. It's time we get to work. Grabbing their travel bags, the young tieflings run away. I'm sure those errands will go just fine. Yeah, I think it's a glitch, no less, because it's still very firmly established that they can't be in the same place at the same time still. Oh, R.I.P. no less. Come back from advertising purgatory soon. Oh, welcome back. Right, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, time to do some quests. Ooh, Cloak of Shadows. 6,000, but plus 10 to all stealth checks. Do I have anything I can sell off? Not really. Oh well. Next time I'm here then. Okay, I'm just gonna go double check the city building stuff. And then I'm gonna do some quests. Sorry, the entire first hour of this stream was just me reading dialogue out. Notice plus 10 stealth, eh? You might actually get halfway past an enemy before they spot you. To be fair, Pathfinder uses 3.5 edition rules, so plus 10 is good, but it's not incredible. So like 5th edition D&D, the scale goes like 10 is something sort of reasonably difficult on me. 20 is something difficult, and 30 is something nigh impossible. But here the scale goes all the way up to 50, which represents something that's difficult for a legendary, nigh legendary superhero to do. Oh yeah, also I need to go to the trading post. I need to buy back the artifacts I got. Okay, so he's dealing with the troll sightings. Oh yeah, how's the forest temple? Another 15 days. Curses. Research into the nature of curses, Bold Hilltop. Oh yep, I need Jod to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do, I guess I'll do the bold Hilltop research first because... Oh wait, no, that's 60 days. Yeah, I'll do David Nestle's curse first. Then I'll do the Bolt Hilltop curse, because I've got 6 months to sort this out. Probably not going to do this one because 500 BP sounds nice, but it's probably going to be one of those things. Trade agreement with Satova. I need 1,500 BP. Okay, enough of that. Let's do some adventuring. Okay. Oh yeah, so I can go speak to the nymph from the first chapter. Although I'm wondering if it'll lead to more quests, because obviously there's the whole thing with the curse on the hilltop being a nymph summoning stuff. And I think there was a corrupted nymph in another area as well. Notice you're talking about how the game probably makes you do a contested check with every step. Make sure you can't actually use it to avoid parting. Well, I'm not entirely sure if that is. Oh yeah, troll trouble. Learn more about the trolls. Go to the Neverest Depths in the Northern Flow's been complete. That's for the Sweet Tooth. Oh yeah, these are companion quests. Oh yeah, I need to find some Dwarven ruins as well. Oh yeah, I wonder how Amari gets something else to kill. But yeah, this guy wants artifacts, and I'm pretty sure that there are some artifacts I found earlier in the game and sold, so I'm going to go back to the place I sold them. Oh hey, I need to level everyone up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Character. Okay, level up the fighter. Use a feat. Yep, blind fight is always helpful. My shield specialist. Up the magus. He gets a feat and a bonus magus feat. Oh yeah, Paratek's good. Okay, bonus mage's feet. Blind for wait. This one you already had. Oh. Yeah, I'll take blind fight. Okay, and another major spell. Yep, Scorching Ray. Okay. And for our cleric. Like casting, always useful for a healer. And for some reason he has Animate Dead. Right. Let's go then for real. Yeah. Stuff's kind of annoying. Right. So the Verdant Chambers is over here. And we need to... Oh, and there's the Tenembra Steps. I think I'll head to Oleg's trading post. Okay, let's fight.
Grotus, hide me from their sight.
Yourself. Okay.
The world is full of wonder.
There's seeing a bunch of skeletons. Okay.
Stand down. What's taking so long?
Taste my fury.
Ethel, this one I got her out of. Well,
You have my attention. You cannot stand against me. This is going to hurt.
Serves you right.
okay, skeletons. Oh yeah, Lay down.
This spell's purpose is
Oh, here come the skeletons, I guess.
Burn.
All their stuff.
I'll share my path.
Notice, you think the mic audio might be cutting out some, or the mic isn't picking me up. And Fierce, you haven't noticed anything. Achievement progress, Survivor, 9 out of 100. Wait, have I claimed this? Yes. You know what? I'm going to take a look at the Boggart hunting grounds.
I agree we set up camp.
Wait, did you just get here, Enfys? How's it going? Notice, it could just be that I was cutting myself off here and there when I was looking at level and quest stuff. It's possible I'm just looking, just when I'm tilting my head.
I don't tolerate threats.
Flames take you.
You deserved it. You offend me.
Okay, great sword, hard armor, crossbow, all of hurricane bow. And we're gonna camp.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Oh, you've been here since the
Sometimes
beginning,
I feel
Enfys.
like reaching for a rope.
Sorry.
But is that a dignified end? No, I suppose I should live a little longer and see where the world is rolling.
At least there's something that dispels your gloom, most honorable harem. Even if it's a vision of a world rolling into the unknown.
Hello, having problems with your internet, but you think you're back. Fair enough. Oh, no one was cooking. Achievement progress. Survivor. 10 out of 100. Right. On to the Boggart hunting grounds. Stealth mode engaged.
Your time is over. Come at me. I dare you.
Taste my fury. This is going to hurt.
Yum.
Unworthy.
Enfys, it's okay. Your stealth check was great. Fair enough.
Away, you rascal. Any last wishes?
Hello, action economy. Hop, hop. Stab.
Burn.
Repent!
Tear them apart! Wretched things.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Ring. Let's see what the ring is. Ring of protection. Quite a lot of good it did him. Oh yeah.
I'm glad you called.
Really like the animation for that. Oops, didn't mean to take a screenshot.
Shadows engulf me.
More of them. Okay, Kanara, we're going to put you over here. So you can Morse Blast them all.
No time for idling.
We are going to shoot
Stand down.
this guy.
What you want?
Let's make this quick.
Didn't mean to press that button. Oh well.
Despicable.
Exactly, Nihilus. The old medieval Kodak camera. They speak of the ancient tradition of the Kodak moment. Lucky.
You offend me.
Also unlucky.
Flames take you.
So yeah, my plan was to basically have Kesai water blast the all three of them at once, but obviously I messed that up.
Your life ebbs low.
Okay, everyone passed their well saves. Good, good.
Advance.
They go down!
Your time is over. Serves you right.
What a waste. Become dust.
Okay, mysterious cloak, book of resistance, and the rest is just vendor trash. Exactly, Nihilus. Multi-track, waterboarding, and thanks for the quote.
How cute!
Green quartz.
I'll scout ahead.
Get a horrible feeling there's not much around here. Yep, just a bit of loot, I guess. Nihilus, 5-6 of the party. Brioche, why are you walking weird? I'm not walking weird, you're walking weird. It's because I have my character set to moves that so that she doesn't get attack of opportunities, and I keep forgetting to switch it off.
Friendship lasts forever.
Hey Oleg. Stuff I sold to you. Here they are. Hey. Protection. Okay. Now to head back and hope that was all worth it. Nihilus, was True Strike always a waste of a turn, or is that only in 5th edition? I think it's a bit more useful in Pathfinder at least. I can't remember the specifics, and I never seem to use it anyway. Where's... Vents.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Why don't we set up camp?
Come on, we're making great time. Jenna. A peasant woman with her face soaked with tears approaches you quickly. Oh, your grace, woe is me. I've met my darkest hour. You're my last hope. By all the gods I've ever prayed to, leave me in need. My name is Jenna Tennyson. Our village is a short way from here. It's been 2 days since my boy, Tig, ran away, and I haven't seen him since. We've searched and searched, but it's no use. If you don't find him, nobody else will. Do you have any idea where he might be? Jenna looks around cautiously and whispers. There's this old hag in Gnarl Marches, a swamp witch. I wouldn't say her name out loud, don't you even ask. The mere thought of her chills the blood in my veins. She has the evil eye and she eats people. Even turns into a black raven and soars in the sky. Sure as day that she's took my boy. People disappear frequently here. They sure do. There are so many hazards around, it's hard to name them all. Wild beasts in the forest and monsters, and some troblins and bandits and whatever. Even adults have a hard time surviving here. And for a little kid, oh. I'll try to find him. For your grace, thank you so much. I'll be praying to Eristil to grant you long life. If there's any news, I'll be nearby in the tavern. May the good gods help you. The sobbing woman leaves. Oh, guess I'm gonna have to do the hero request. Okay, how's this going? 11 more days. Oh yeah, let's go speak to the okay, shard of the artifacts. This scorched piece of metal doubled crosses. This scorched piece of metal is part of a curious artifact known as the Necklace of the Double Crosses. Inside it I sense a story of many deeds, not heroic but low and maleficent. If you find all 7 of its fragments, I'll be able to restore the artifact and recount its inglorious story. Storyteller's fingers caress the symbol shaped like a tree leaf. And what's this? I hear the voices of trees, smell the scent of fresh leaves. A dried mark, is it not? I'll be happy to purchase it from you. Warrior's dog tag. The belongings of brave heroes who performed their feats here before you. I sense you'll be interested to hear their story. These lands took many lives and spawned many legends. I can tell you of a distant expedition undertaken by a group of Brevik heroes to a place known as the Drowned Trees. I'd be happy to trade the whole set of items for their story. Can you hear it calling to us? Let us hurry. Tell me about the drowned trees. Hey, 4,000 coins. Go me. No list from the SRD wiki, so you're not sure which Pathfinder edition it is. Oh, the SRD wiki would be first edition. Your next single attack roll, if it is made before the end of the next round, gains a plus 20 insight bonus. Additionally, if you are not affected by the mischance that applies to attackers trying to strike a concealed target. To be fair, I think a lot of them, I think it's so useless in 5th edition because it sort of lost the idea of buffing yourself up before a fight, which Pathfinder still sort of assumes. And yeah, cantrips don't really exist in Pathfinder in 3.5 edition. Like, well, there is a spell called cantrips, but it's basically prestidigitation. In that you can cast it in a first level spell slot, and you can do prestidigitation for an hour. I hear rowlocks creaking, river water splashing, bushes rustling, and arrows singing through the air. I feel an invincible will. Cold resolutions finish what's been started, no matter the cost. My chain armor clings to my body, and my young hands grip a sword tightly. I am the leader of a group of brave souls, set off to the stolen lands to clear the bandits, once and for all. We sail on a large freight boat. It serves as bait for the bandits who keep throwing themselves at it, only to find death. Death is inglorious as the life they've lived. From time to time we manage to capture a prisoner. While our Inquisitor talks to them, I go to the stern, shutting my ears to their cries. I remind myself that these are scum, drenched in blood to the elbow. I think upon our cause, freedom from my homeland, an independent Rossland, but still my goosebumps rise with each pitiful cry. I must steel myself and be strong. Who's in your group? A paladin, a ranger, a sorceress, a priest, an inquisitor, and me, a fighter. All experience, competence. Over and over we've saved each other's lives in times of need. Why do you question the prisoners? The bandits attacking our boat are small fry. We're looking for their main lair, a place known as the Drowned Trees. We seek the leader of the bandits, an underwater monster named Dargut Droon, and we will not leave without his head. Please continue. At night it seems a whole army is attacking our boat. Far too many for us to fend off, but luckily we don't have to. While they battle monsters we've summoned in a pitch-black magical darkness, we drink the potions we've prepared and dive under the water. Scum break into the hold, but instead of treasure they find their final surprise. The work of the Restovic alchemist. Trap. A dozen barrels of highly explosive oils. We watch from a safe distance as the boat is blown to pieces in a deafening explosion. Everything has gone according to plan. The more who die here, the fewer will meet in the Drowned Trees. We march through the forest, and then camp to regain our strength. Their nest is closed. Our Inquisitor discovered everything, even the location of their secret entrance. Today we rest, tomorrow the Bandit King will draw his final breath. Even if you sneak into the bandit camp unseen, how will you handle all of them? Each of us is worth 24 in battle. Besides, we're well prepared. Chaos, confusion, and summoned monsters will be on our side. And fire, a lot of fire. Kind of secret entrance. An underwater path winding along the swamp bottom. We had potions to breathe freely under the water. We couldn't see beyond our outstretched arms in the muddy water. And there were plenty of traps along the way, but the Inquisitor learned all of the signs that marked the safe passage. At least we believe she did. Please continue. We trudged through muddy waters. Suddenly a giant log studded with blades falls from above. I managed to stagger back, but the paladin who walked alongside me is now a gory sight. Red fin across the ground. The next moment, a monstrous creature emerges from the darkness. A twisted cross between a fish and a monkey. Its clawed hand reaches out, effortlessly melting away the Inquisitor's flesh, and ripping out her heart. This is the king of the bandits, Dargut Droon. The bandit we captured did not lie, but the secret passage he spoke of led right into the underwater lair of his master. Nick, for another comparison, 4th edition's True Strike is an at-will standard action. Clerics get that gives one ally within 15 feet plus 4 to their next attack. Marginally more useful in 5th edition because everything is an attack in 4th edition, and that includes your most powerful moves. Yeah, that sounds more useful. I buried my terror deep in my soul. There was no time for weakness. There were only 4 of us left, and we were gasping for air by the time the freak's lifeblood stains the water. We leave the beheaded body on dry land, then retreating recover. Only now I allow my hands to tremble, my breath to race unbidden, my tears to flow. What kind of monster was this Dargut Droon?
They say he was once a normal human, but he offended a powerful fae. He cursed him, turning him into a monster.
Powerful fae, you say?
But one bestowed with the ability to breathe underwater and melt human flesh with his touch. With these powers, he became the Bandit King.
Did you find anything useful in Darget's lair?
Oh yes, the Bandit King was a true collector of magical items. We lost 2 of our friends, but what we found now would help us finish what we started.
So the bandit wanted to set you up, but he played right into your hands.
You could say so. Darket June didn't expect an armed party to appear there before him, but we were too unprepared for the encounter. The bandit's lie cost both sides dearly.
Please continue.
The next night, we returned to the same way. We swim up the surface and quietly gather our bearings. Above us loomed the drowned trees, almost dead trunks emerging from the water, bridges crisscrossing their branches. The area is filled with the sounds of battle. Having lost their king, the bandits now battle each other for power, and we're ready to join the fight. We leave at dawn. Behind us, smoke rises up to the sky. Bandit nest smolders and blazes. The 2 of us remain, the priest and I. We've won, but this victory tastes of ash, cinders, and swamp ooze. I ask him, "Tell me, is Vonki, was it worth it?" He puts his hand on my shoulder and says, "Yes, Jumondi. Now the stolen lands will be ours." I wish I believed him.
Okay, plot twist. It was Jumondi all along. And also we know that she didn't have the stolen lands. The storyteller heaves a sigh, runs his hand over his face and rubs his temples.
Thus the expedition to the drowned trees came to an end. I must admit, it was no easy feeling for me to stand in the place of this daring woman. The steel of her soul was colder than ice.
Wait, is this the story of Jumanji Eldori? But she's still alive.
Some people become legends in their own lifetime. Jumanji has performed many glorious feats, and there may yet be more ahead.
If Jumanji's once cleared the stolen lands of bandits, why must we do it all over again?
The death of Darget June and the destruction of the drowned trees weakened the bandits. But not for long. The paladin who died was a noble. It was he who was supposed to claim the stolen lands and send in his troops. When Jumanji sought another candidate or priest capable of performing a resurrection ritual, a new bandit leader emerged in the destroyed forests on the banks of Tuskwater. Within the year, the stolen lands were swarming with gangs once more.
Thank you for the story, storyteller. Your stories are amazing. You make it sound as though you're actually there in the moment. Storyteller nods.
I gained this gift after I lost my eyes. When I touch relics, I can feel the thoughts and emotions of those who previously owned them. If the emotions are strong enough, I can even see the events that left these impressions.
Can you tell me one of your stories again? Okay. Well, that worked out, I guess. I'm back to 6,100. Okay, so scorched fragment of a necklace. I think I need more fragments, said.
I'll share my path.
Oh yeah. Go get some sleep. And I guess we'll go find this missing child. That's some actual hero stuff, isn't it? Oh, didn't know I had a penalty to dexterity. We have straight. Yes. That was weird. Oh yeah, I forgot to whip his third level spells. Yes, so domain slot. Spell magic. That could be handy. Summon monster. Delay poison communal. Heck yeah. Okay, so I'll get rid of that. Restoration. Okay. Time to do some good old-fashioned hero stuff. No less, remove disease is conjuration. The heck? Exactly. Ashley's necklace fragment. Thinking about it, did I sell any to... merchant? Better check that. Those. Ooh, I can afford the Cloak of Shadows now. Shadows. Veil. Okay, that'll do. Also need to see if I can get some of these old iron weapons. Just because they deal with the magic resistances. No less. If you don't want to be Cure Winds to be in the same school as Fireball, then Chili Transmutation makes more sense. Yeah, Emphasis is right. It's probably just summon antibodies. Right, anyway. Let's go rescue the small child. I like that clicking camp just teleports you right back to your bedroom. Get rid of that dex. See. Okay, and I'm back to full. Event. Enchanted Wind. Users arrived from the largest observatory in the Five King Mountains. Enchanted lens of the main telescope broke. The destruction of such a powerful artifact caused a gust of enchanted wind, which is now moving towards the region of Irony. Use this opportunity. Both my advisors who could handle it are busy. So he'll be busy for another 9 days. Oh, she'll be done in 1 day. Skip a day then. Oh, okay. Octavia failed. Oop. Lara succeeded. The first shrine in my capital will be bought free of charge. The River Maiden. There's a mermaid in the river where trade ships operate. She's begun sinking vessels. She must be chased from there to stop scaring off the merchants. Yep, Justinian should do it. Okay, one free shrine. Put that. Yeah.
Okay, what do we need more of? Culture instability, I guess. Yep, that'll do. Notice I have a wall around my town already. Well, it is surrounded by bandits.
I'll share my path.
Okay, let's go. Okay. New events, apparently. I do not know where the events are. Yeah, thinking about it, I think I actually built the wall last session. Maybe it's in the tavern then. Talakitty wonders what people think of a tiefling baroness. Yeah. Doesn't really come up much in the thinking about it, if you're playing as a tiefling, it doesn't seem to come up much, does it? Yeah. It's going to remove Efal and bring in Octavia, because if we're going to be fighting trolls, she's got the acid ability. Yeah, that's it, Nihilist. They thought she was an Asimar.
acid ink stain suggests that Lindsay may have spent some time here. Gonna... What rumours? Everyone's talking about the tower at Candlemere. Okay, I don't know what that event flag is. Lost child. Lives in this. Okay. Guess we're going to just go into the Nile marches then.
My search was not in vain.
An ambush, eh?
Adventures are exciting.
Who will prevail? Doesn't matter.
Sneak attack.
Consider me provoked.
Oops.
Taste my fury.
You deserved it. This is for you! Away, you rascal!
Bring it! Tear them apart!
Are there any left? Okay. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Not quite. I guess we are entering the poison swamp area, no less. Well, that's a lot of kobolds.
This is going to hurt.
Any last wishes? fight if I have to. Stand down.
They go down!
So, Taya,
Oh no.
repent.
Burn.
This is where I step in. You can't stop me.
Exactly, Nihilus. Sneak attack, blast with a shotgun.
You offend me.
Your life ebbs low.
Okay, what have we got? Quite a bit of stuff. Gnomes fought fiercely, but eventually they were outnumbered. Oh. Ooh, crowbar. Fighting the bleaching. Oh yeah, one of the things about Pathfinder gnomes is that they're actually originally Fae. They have to be have a certain level of whimsy, or they start suffering from something that's sort of basically magical. What's it? Nihilus, what does the laughing face mean? That wasn't a Tarkusio voiceover, was it? Oh no, that means that she's been hit with hideous laughter. Mouth-watering broth is simmering in the pot. The camp looks habitable. The owners must be nearby somewhere. Okay, guess there wasn't much there apart from a fight with some kobolds. Guess there's some survivors.
How cute!
To the dust you will
Okay.
go.
Guess they're fighting over there.
Your time is over. Consider me provoked.
Okay, Lindsay. She needs to move further forward.
have any spells, but can use. Yeah. Not really, but move into range. They're doing. Yeah, basically demoralize. What I've managed to remember is that, yeah, there's various sort of abilities any character can do, like charging, coup de grace, or just demoralizing, increase affliction.
Flames take you.
Away, you rascal! This is for you.
Bring it!
Serves you right.
Okay, now I can.
Taste my fury.
Stand down. I'll fight if I have to.
Hey, everyone's just started to start rolling with a d10, I guess.
You deserved it.
Thank you, Lindsay. No, oh no, I used up all my turns, so I couldn't actually do it. For whatever reason, if you select an attack, an ability, when you don't have any turns left,
What a waste.
it still plays the voice line for it. Oh, come on. Tartuk. Oh, the gnome invites some of his friends. Stupid, sluggish gnome. Kobold Sentinel. Gnome. Stupid. There's a purple kobold on the riverbank who looks like your... Oh. There's a purple kobold on the riverbank who looks like your old acquaintance, Mercutio. Kobolds wants this cart. Kobolds shall have it. A horse skull hides most of the kobold's face, but you see his vicious eyes glinting through the empty socket, staring at you. By orders of myself, the glorious King Tartuk. Kobold pans his chest with his fist. Tartuk, King. You were lost. The head of the gnome expedition wipes his brow and glares at the kobold. This bastard was the one taking our ears off while the rest of them were trying to steal our cards. King Target. The gnome looks at you and winks. What do you say to a bit of regicide? So yeah, last time we saw Takushio, he was one, we killed him, but we also saw a necromancer or someone bring him back. How dare you speak like that to King? Kobolds attack! Shiraz!
I'm not afraid.
Okay, I'm just going to turn off turn-based mode for a moment, because otherwise we'll just spend ages.
You offend me.
Become as dust.
You can't stop me.
This is going to hurt.
Ow. Okay.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
They go down!
I'll lie down for a moment.
I have no idea why they dislike Harrium so much, but
Your time is over. Away, you rascal!
no idea what happened there.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Okay, I didn't think that through.
Lie down for a moment.
Consider me provoked.
Burn.
Hi, Grimtech. Yep, I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Could
bit rough around the edges. But after rereading the entire Pathfinder SRD, working out that a lot of the options are actually there. So forth.
Any last wishes?
Oh. Does that? Stop that. No.
Stand down. This is for you!
Flames take you.
Bring it!
I'm just going to stick the barbarian amongst the archers. Oh. Alright, I still had cure light wounds equipped.
You offend me. Your time is over. I'll fight if I have to.
Taste my fury.
Really chipping away her. Okay, sword out.
This is where I step in. Away, you rascal! You can't stop me.
Okay, guess I'll take all their stuff.
Soon enough, this is not over.
While the gnomes were busy fighting the kobolds, furiously cursing and diligently punching their unwelcome guests right in their dragonish snouts, the cart was all but forgotten. The unwitting cause of the fight was being dragged away by the scared ponies when it slid down the ford, sinking all the way up to the coachman's seat in the river. This was where the Skunk River flows into the Tusk Water, and the current becomes excessively frightful. Cold, stubborn and turbulent, having taken hold of the gnome's cart, the Skunk River must have decided to drag it down amid all the commotion. It was caught in the act. The surviving gnomes, led by the head of the gnome expedition, an extremely loud, crabby fellow, but not without some managerial talent, were able to catch the cart before it floated away. Faces red and grunting from the strain, they struggled to keep it from drowning entirely. Just then, a package fell into the water. With a heartbreaking splash, it vanished beneath the current, only to resurface 10 meters down the river.
No,
The head of the gnome expedition moaned as he glared at the package.
that was Alchemy and Life, the latest issue.
After plunging into the cold river, the ponies immediately lost their nerve. Swiveling their ears and twitching, they tried to chew through the reins and throw off the load.
Why are you just standing around? Go help them.
The head of the gnome expedition was visibly dissatisfied as he shouted. We set a crowbar under the cart's wheel. While the gnomes were busy fighting the set under the wheel, the crowbar wedged into position against the stones on the riverbed, making the process of pulling the cart out of the river easier. Succeeded, Brioche nimbly climbed onto the roof of the cart and carefully crawled towards the ponies hitched up on the riverbank. The ponies twitched and neighed nervously, making the process of freeing them from the cart even more difficult. Once the job was done, they sensed they were finally free. They ran off into a nearby forest. Oh, okay, I guess it. The mobility check was to free them. The nature check was to stop them running away. Tau Kitty, you look forward to getting to this part. Your encounter should look different. Fair enough. And yeah, he looked like some sort of evil god if you brought him back. Oh yeah, that's what was the dryad. You tied a rope to the cart. There goes the rope. 1, 2, 3, the rope was securely tied to the cart, making it easy to pull out. A good lesson for every adventure. Never leave home without a rope. Rope is your best friend. You're certain you're ready? Then let's do it. But be careful. Imagine the cart's full of gold or ale, or some other thing you couldn't bear to lose. Okay, we've done all this then. The cart creaked and cracked, sounding as though it were sobbing. The board strained against the combined stress of the rushing water's pull against everyone trying to pull the cart ashore. Fortunately for the cart, both sides were equal strength. It had to be done or the poor cart would be torn to pieces. Okay, intelligence 13. That's a +4 for a DC 13. +0 for a DC. Okay, well, looks like intelligence is our best check. Damn. After resisting our efforts for a while, the cart finally began to give. Scratching loudly in the mud, it jerked forward, and as the head of the gnome expedition opened his mouth to let out a victory cry, that sly snake of a river decided that, if she couldn't have her trophy, no one would. Instead of riding out on the ford, the cart began to lean and slowly, almost magnificently, fall on its side. The scream of triumph only made it halfway before sticking in the gnome's throat.
Son of a troll!
The perplexed gnome gazed on as his collection of boxes, packages and bags slowly floated away. That gaze came to rest on us.
Well then, thank you, travellers, for your oh so invaluable help.
You're welcome. The gnome that stands before you wears dirty, ragged clothes. He used to look stylish and wealthy long ago, but those times are long gone. His black hair is matted. A deep, fresh scratch across his cheek. In spite of this rather pathetic look, the gnome behaves with inner dignity and even manages to maintain a superior manner.
Jubilos Nartropple, a humble servant to no one. Too bad your grace proved to not be capable enough to save my cart. Well, one shouldn't expect a fast reaction from a baroness herself. After all, it's common knowledge that titled persons usually hire a bunch of advisors to do all the thinking for them, so they must have some other bunch to jump in the rivers and save carts. By the way, it's a shame no one organized a greeting party when such a famous and popular person as myself arrived to your capital. I wasn't expecting a red carpet covered with rose petals, but you could at least have sent ahead some delegation. Oh, at least some of my servants are still alive. Do you know how much it costs to train a proper servant?
I'm kind of glad he lost his stuff now. People lost jabbers too fast, never stopping to even take a breath. You can see he's piled on some emotions and just needs to get them out of his system. Okay, fair enough.
Sounds like your servants are nothing but tools to you. Truly, with masters like that, being a servant is not much of an improvement over being a slave.
What's this then? Huh. Run along, little girl, the grown-ups are talking.
Gnome sizes Octavia out from under his glasses and snorts, rolling his eyes.
So, you're not only arrogant, but a boorish swine as well. Why am I not surprised at all?
Exactly, Nellis. Roll your own dice. Jubilost only clears his throat, paying no attention to the fuming mage.
Also, while I'm on that, I'd like to make an official announcement. The roads in your barony are in terrible condition. People must search for wading fords to cross the rivers because no one had bothered themselves with building bridges, and honest travellers have to take the risk of being attacked by kobolds at any moment. So, how did you say your barony was called? Oh, whatever, never mind. When I draw the map of these lands, I will call them the End of All Roads. Dirt Beyond. I guess it's a fitting name.
The gnome falls silent at last. He just watches you with his shifty eyes, opening and closing his mouth as if he wants to say something more but hasn't come up with anything yet. Chaotic Evil. Attack. How do you know I am a baroness?
I've already told you I visited your capital some time ago. Weren't you listening to me? And I'm used to being greeted by officials when I arrive to settlements of at least some importance. The glory of myself and my exploits usually precedes me, and officials usually prefer to be on good terms with me.
Jubilost smiles slyly. I didn't know you'd come.
Yes, you're right. I should have remembered that your lands are in the middle of nowhere, and you don't get updates on important things in time.
Jubilost thinks this over, tilting his head. Looks like this thought never occurred to him.
So what? I don't like a lot of things. You know what I do when I don't like something? I try to change it. For example, I don't like your barony's roads, so I've reported to the authorities about it, namely you. And as for you, instead of pouting, you'd better get down to business and try to resolve the trouble.
So if I don't like his manner of speaking, I should change it, eh?
Oh, I can see it's your first encounter with freedom of speech. Just do what you consider right and let others discuss it. You know, not everyone gets a chance to become a baroness, so discussing a baroness' actions is actually all the unlucky ones can do.
Exactly, Nellis. Is it half as good a name as Barony McBaron Face? Got it good. I actually don't mind freedom of speech.
Wow, a baroness supporting freedom of speech. Well, that's news. Remains to be seen what you'll say after reading my article. My party and I set up camp at the bank of this river. We'd just finished kindling the fire when that purple bastard appeared. You know what he told me? He introduced himself as the king of the kobolds and told me he needed our clothes because he wanted to dress his subjects properly, you see, as long as they've established the kingdom of their own. That's literally what he said. I wonder, where did he learn the words? Obviously, I told him to buzz off. Some kobold wants to strut around wearing the clothes of the great cartographer Jubilos Nartropple. No way. So I've been explaining my position to him, being rather eloquent too, suggesting he and his so-called kingdom might as well fall into the deepest sinkhole. But in the meantime, I've noticed that kobolds have already started to untie my cart. Well, I called my men to keep the cart safe. They couldn't guess what to do on their own, just stood there with their mouths ajar. Then things heated up as the fighting started, and while we were fighting, the ponies dragged the cart to the river. Ah, stupid animals.
You said you were famous, but I don't know you. What are you famous for?
That was either a stupid and offensive joke or a case of total ignorance. The latter, I hope. I'm famous as a traveler, a cartographer, an alchemist, and a journalist. The students of all the major universities study the world using my maps. My articles for different journals are well known everywhere, from Andorran to Brevoy. You've definitely read some issues of National Alchemy, haven't you?
Wait.
Culinary Almanac of the Inner Sea?
Wait, is this the guy from the original Adventure Path? I forget. I remember there was a gnome alchemist.
Or the most scandalous one, The Independence, describing benefits and drawbacks of governments and regimes in different states.
You would explain why he's voiced?
Didn't read any of these. Oh, well, don't answer that. I don't want to spoil my impression of your barony. It's spoiled enough already. It would be hard for me to write at least something positive otherwise.
Wait, the Jubilos Narthrapple? Author of the 14.5 eulogies to Pitax? Oh my, every student in the Academy of Grand Arts devoured your books, especially after King Aravetti banned them, tried you in absentia, and sentenced you to death.
Exposition.
I see at least someone in this shabby barony has at least a rudimentary education. Even if they got them in such a dubious establishment as the Pitax Academy of Grand Arts.
I was expelled for irreverence.
Ah, is this so? Well, if it is true, then you just might not be beyond hope.
So what's such a famous person doing that far from civilization?
I pursued two objectives. The first is to write an article on this new barony of yours for the Independence. The second is to draw a detailed map of the stolen lands. Before this barony appeared, it had been too dangerous to come here, but now an opportunity has appeared. Thanks to you, I must add. So, as you can see, the freedom of speech sometimes grants positive comments too.
This guy probably, this guy was real, he'd probably write for The Guardian, and not in a positive way.
Anyway, I'm almost done with this journey. My article is practically ready, so is the map. All that's left to do now is to find an old dwarven outpost established here several centuries ago. Your ignorance is stunning. You create a barony, and still you know nothing about the lands you own. I'll have to enlighten you on the subject.
Jubilos pouches his lips.
You see, long ago there was a dwarven trade route crossing these lands. It connected Five Kings Mountains and the north. The route was so important to the dwarves that they were generous enough to set a number of outposts along it, manned with armed guardians to provide protection for the traders. One of these outposts must be somewhere nearby, lost and completely forsaken, but nothing can avoid the watchful eye of the great cartographer Jubilos Nartrupple. I will find this outpost, and I will mark its location on the map. You can trust me on that.
Tell me, is this old dwarven outpost abandoned? Is it possible it's now used by trollers as a lair, for instance?
Why not? Dwarves like being underground, trolls like being underground too. It's quite possible after dwarves left, their warm and cozy place fell into the hands of less attractive creatures. You seem to be a capable companion, but I'll pass for now. I still have to count my losses after the river took my cart and all my stuff.
Well, if I found this outpost, I'll let you know. Goodbye.
I would be grateful. I'll stay here for a while. I need to sort things out.
But of course.
Casting its content of... Okay. Well. Let's do some loosen. Okay, heavy encumbrance. What don't I need? Today I learned that anyone can wear kobold-sized armor. Okay, so that enchanted sire is not going to be much use to anyone because... Oh, hey ponies. A pair of scared ponies stand before you. They don't run away, but they snort loudly and neigh at you as you approach. These are most likely the spare pair of ponies the gnome expedition used to pull their cart. When the kobolds attacked, they weren't tied to the cart, so they just pulled themselves free and fled into the forest. Okay, let's just camp.
Share the warmth of the fire. Share the song of your soul. Those are the treasures you can trust, but hide them away and turn to dust.
Okay, random encounter.
I am prepared to meet my end. Are you?
Oh, it's a troll. Hey, do I have my... I need my bow out.
Stand down.
Oh.
Taste my fury.
Okay, Lindsay. Oh wow, this guy's in trouble. Kind of ridiculous we started so far away, but okay.
You offend me.
Why do I keep...
This is going to hurt.
Consider me provoked.
They go down!
Your time is over.
Well, that's not good. Okay, we need some more far inclined. No less, the first part of that rhyme reminded you of Ellen. Who? Alright, from Order of the Stick. Yeah, that does actually sound like a very, Ellen. God.
This is for you. Away, you rascal!
I'll lie down for a moment.
Oh no. Nope.
This is going to hurt.
Bring it! Tear them apart!
Stand down.
Hey, that's not good.
Burn.
Alright, okay, it's resistant to fire. It all makes sense now.
I'll fight if I have to.
They go down!
This cannot be happening.
This won't kill me.
Cool it. Cool off.
Damn.
Lilith, for a minute you thought my icon in the turn order was wearing a fancy collar. Thank you, concealment.
Oh, right. Bring it!
Taste my fury.
Okay, it's down. Dalton, an elderly half-elf stands before you. His sun-bleached hair reveal him as a seasoned traveller, and the confidence with which he holds his bow reveals him to be a seasoned warrior. And his cart full of various items seems a trader as well.
Damned trolls. Almost died from that stink alone.
The half-elf wipes the sweat from his brow.
They almost had me. Since when a troll's not afraid of fire? Good thing I had a few flasks of acid amongst my goods. Thank you for your timely rescue, friends.
Despite his confident gaze, his voice trembles slightly.
A few moments more and I would have...
He frowns.
Whoever rules this land gives little care to its safety. Formerly safe trade routes are given over to trolls and not a guard to be seen. Where are my manners? I'm Dalton. From Mivon, a merchant by trade. Who are you?
Okay, so your options here. Lawful good, I'm Baroness of these lands. What words are fair? Lawful neutral, actually I'm the ruler. Chaotic neutral, we are simple travellers from Rivoy.
In that case, I recommend you make haste to the nearest garrison, if you can find one. The roads are thick with trolls. They've attacked several villages, destroyed several bridges, and are scaring away trade caravans. Worse than bandits by far. Since you were kind enough to save my life,
Dalton smiles.
some advice that might save yours. A mage lives nearby. I visit him from time to time to send reagents for his spells. He's an expert on trolls. Might know why they suddenly become bolder. And fireproof.
Dalton sighs.
And he might have some acid weapons he can sell as well.
Lone house has been revealed. Tell me more about this mage.
Dalton scratches his head. Bartholomew is his name. Not bad for a human, always so polite, so respectful. There's something odd about him. He lives alone in the middle of the woods. His house surrounded by traps with a single safe road leading in it. No bandits nor trolls scare him. And the way he looks at you is like he's examining you. Like he's considering to crack you open to see what's inside. The chills. Ugh.
Any other dangers on the road?
Trolls aren't enough, huh?
Dalton laughs then frowns.
Actually, I've heard a disturbing rumour. It said a hodag has made a lair in a cave south of here. Whether true or not, traders are taking no chances. Taking forest routes instead. Let me mark the cave on your map.
Emiri grins.
I've never fought a hodag yet.
Well, I guess we know what she wants to do next.
Long ago, Mivon was founded by the Sword Lords who refused to bow before a new ruler and fled to Brivoy. From Brivoy. While not Brevons anymore, our people and the people here have a lot in common. As I've heard, the barony here was founded by people from Restov. We look upon them as distant cousins, I suppose.
Dawson smiles.
Welcome cousins, that is. Not family you'd rather forget.
Good fortune to you and safe travels.
Hold on a moment. I didn't have a chance to reward you for your help. Fortune's the best said. After all, safe travels.
Okay, I wonder if he's got any, Ooh. I'm gonna steal his stuff.
Control, clear quartz, agate. All of cure serious wounds. Okay, let's camp. Put Lindsay on cooking. Does she have a special role? No.
Clashing swords, hours despairing, vows made in silence, hoping and daring.
Yep, rogue's gonna
that
rogue.
rhyme's Rubbish. I know all the words. Why is it so hard to put them together?
Okay. Past 22 minutes. Okay, there's the Hodag lair. I think I'll call it here. Because my voice is starting to go a bit and I've got work in the morning. Yep, well, thanks everyone for dropping by. You're welcome, Willow. Thank you for watching. I think I quite like this lipstick. I think I still need to find a way to get a clearer line. Oh, anyway, we'll find someone to raid. So, who's live? He's playing some Resident Evil 3. Dark Persona's playing Warframe. Man's playing Heroes. Poignant Man's playing Project Zomboid again. I think it's been a while since I raided Icky, so I'll give him a raid. No less, it does look neat with the paint and horns. Oh, thank you. Yep. I think we'll raid Icky. So, yep,
tomorrow I'll be on Nick's YouTube channel for Norsemark. Friday I'll be some more Earthbound and Guild of Icons and Nick's Twitch channel, just to confuse everyone. So, always a nice week where I've got 2 D&D sessions. I also have this weekend off, so expect to hear more cosplay stuff. I did actually try to do some more casts of my teeth with some dental putty instead of alginate, but that doesn't seem to have worked as well. But yeah, my next project is going to be horns for my D&D character. Keep an eye on Twitter if you want to see more about that. And I don't really have much else to add, so I'll send you off in 3, 2, 1, and have a lovely evening. Watch on YouTube, like, comment,